In this video, we are going to discuss about principal conjunctive normal form. In short, we can call it as PCNF. First, let's see what is conjunction. Conjunction means and operation. So, and means it is product operation. Okay. Let us see what is PCNF. PCNF means the name itself specifies the meaning. Conjunction of max terms. Conjunction of max terms is called as PCNF. Okay, we will discuss an example later after discussing about what is max term. Now let us see what is max term. Let P and Q are two prepositions. Then the max terms are, max term means disjunction. Disjunction of the prepositions is called as max term. So the possible disjunctions are PRQ, negation PRQ, PR negation Q, negation P or negation Q. So these are the possible disjunctions. Okay. If you take PCNF, then the formula is, so what is PCNF? Conjunction of the max terms. Okay. Conjunction means which symbol we have and symbol. So here this conjunction is performed on the max term. So what is a max term? Max term means disjunction of the two prepositions. It may be two prepositions or three prepositions, depends upon the problem. Okay, let me have another disjunction like this. Okay, negation PRQ, and let me have another disjunction like this, negation P or negation Q. Okay, so this is nothing but PCNF. So what is PCNF? Conjunction of the max term. So this is max term, this is max term. So conjunction of the max term. So this is max term and this is max term. Okay. And what is a max term? Max term means disjunction of the two prepositions. Let us see what is the difference between elementary sum and the max term. Elementary sum is nothing but performing the disjunction operation on the preposition. But elementary sum means, let me have a sum like this. Okay. Elementary sum means we can repeat that variable, we can repeat that preposition several times. Okay. Like we can repeat that P several times, or negation P or negation Q. This is elementary sum. Elementary sum means we can repeat that preposition several times. There is no problem. Here we have repeated P, negation P. Here we have repeated P several times. Here we have repeated Q two times. Whereas max term means repetition is not possible. Okay, these are the only possible max terms if we have two prepositions. If there are three prepositions, then the maximum max terms are 2 power 3, 8 max terms. Okay, repetition is not possible in the max term. Okay, let us see how we can find out the max terms. Let me have two prepositions, PQ, PQ. So what are the possible combinations? True, 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 false, false, true, false, false. Let us see the max term for these combinations. So max term means which operation? OR operation. Okay. Max term means here we need to take the negation of the combination. So here we have true. True means we need to take negation. So negation of true means false. So P is false. So that is represented with the help of negation P. Max term means OR operation. Here it is true. Max term means we need to take the negation. Negation of true means false. Q is false. So that is represented with the help of negation false. Here P is true. Max term means we have to take the negation. Negation true means what? False. P is false means negation P. Or here Q is false. Negation of false means true. So true. Q is true means RQ. Okay. Here P is false. Max term means take the negation. Negation of false means true. P is true means P. Or Q is here true. True means here max term means we have to take the negation. So negation of true means false. Q is false means negation false. So likewise P is false, Q is false. Take the negation. So P becomes true, Q becomes true. So true means PRQ. So like this we can find out the max terms. Okay. So this is about what is PCNF. Okay. Now let us see the methods in order to compute the PCNF. In order to compute the PCNF, we have two approaches are there. The first approach is without using the truth table. The second approach is by using the truth table. So by using these two approaches, we are going to solve two examples. So this is the first example, this is the second example. Okay, let us see the first example. So what is the first approach? Without truth table. I'm sorry, with the truth table. So this is the simple one. So first let us find by using this approach. And the second approach is without truth table. Without truth table. So four steps are there. So with the help of those four steps, we can find out the PCNF without the truth table. Let us solve the first problem. So what is the first problem? P by conditional Q. So let us find out the PCNF for this problem by using the truth table approach. Okay. So here we have to find out the truth table. So the possible combinations are PQ. So we need to find out P by conditional Q. Next we have to find out the max term. So if there are two propositions, then the maximum combinations are 4. So true, 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 false, false, true, false, false. Okay. We know what is P by conditional Q. P by conditional Q is true when both P and Q contains same truth values. Otherwise, the result is false. Here P value is true, Q value is true. So both contains the same truth value. So the result is true. If you take the last combination, here P and Q values are false. So same truth value. So result is true. True false means false, different truth values. False true means false. Okay. Now here, if we want to find out the PCNF using the truth table approach, we have to check the final column false values. So in the final column, what are the false values? This is one false, this is another false. So for these falses, we have to find out the max term. Here there is no need to focus on the true values. Okay. While calculating PDNF using the truth table approach, we will take the true values. Okay. Whereas if you want to calculate PCNF by using the truth table, we have to focus only on the false values. Okay. So for this false, what is the max term? True means what? Here we always take negation. Negation true means what? False. So P is false means negation P. Max term means OR operation. And here false. Negation of false means true. That means Q is true. So this is one max term. Here false. Negation of false means true. P is true means P. Or here we have true. Negation of true means what? False. Q is false means negation Q. Okay. So what is the PCNF here? We know PCNF means what? Conjunction operation. So the solution for the first problem is negation P or Q conjunction and P or negation Q. Negation P or Q and P or negation Q. So this is the solution for the first problem. So likewise, let us find out the solution for the second problem. Here this is the second problem. The second problem is negation P implies R, conditional R, and Q by conditional P. So negation P conditional R and Q by conditional P. Here we have three propositions P, Q, R. If there are three propositions, then the possible number of combinations are 2 power 3, 8 combinations. So first let us note down those 8 combinations. So for space constraints, let us eliminate this one. So what is the second problem? Negation P, arrow R, conditional R, and Q by conditional P. Negation P conditional R and Q by conditional P. So the possible combinations are PQR, PQR. Okay. So for the first column, the first 4 are true, the next 4 are false. For the second column, that first 2 are true, next 2 false, next 2 true, and the last 2 are falses. Last column, true false, true false, true false, true false. So first here we need to find out negation P arrow R. So first to find out negation P. So what is negation P? So first true will become false, false will become true. So true is converted to false, true is converted to false, true is converted to false. Next 4 are falses. So they will become true. Okay. Next we need to compute negation P arrow R. So what is conditional? When P is true and Q is false, the result is false. Otherwise the result is true. So true false means false. In remaining 3 cases the result is true. So we need to compute by conditional for this. So false true means true, False false means true. False true means true. False false means true. True true means true. Here we have true false. True false means it will return false. True true means true. Here we have true false. True false means false. So true false means false. True false means false. Remaining combinations, the result is true. Next we have to compute Q biconditional P. So we know about biconditional. If both contains same value, same truth value, the result is true. Otherwise the result is false. Here we have P, here we have Q. True, true, same truth value. So true, 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 same truth value, true. True, false, different. So false. True, false, different, false. False, true, different, false. False, true, different, false. False, false, same truth value, same truth value. Okay. Next we need to perform AND operation. Let us assume that this is X, this is Y. Let us perform the AND operation. Okay. So AND operation. So we know about AND operation. When both are true, the result is true. Otherwise the result is false. Okay. So true true means true. True true means true. True false means false. True false means false. True false means false. False false means false. True true means true. So true false means false. Okay. So true true true, true true true, false false false. True true true, true true true, true false false, true false false, true false false, false false false, true true true, true false false. Okay. True false false. Next we need to check what are the truth value falses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to take the max theorem for these combinations. If we take this combination, PQ are true true. So true true will be changed to false. So negation P, negation P, negation P. This is max theorem. Max theorem means which operation? OR operation. So negation P or negation Q, or here we have false. I'm sorry, this combination, third column. Okay. So what is the third column? So negation P or, so false is changed to true, or Q, or here we have true. So true is changed to false. So negation or, and what is the second combination? This combination, true false false. So true is changed to false. Negation P and here we have, I'm sorry, or disjunction operation. Max theorem means here false false means they will be changed to true. So Q or R, negation P or Q or R, and what is the third one? This combination. So false is changed to true. P R, true true are changed to falses. P R, negation Q or negation R. And if we observe this combination, here we have false. So false is changed to what? True. So P R, true is changed to false. So P R, negation Q R. Here we have false. False is changed to true. R R. So false false. First four are over, and what is the last one? All falses. So they will be changed to true. So P R Q R R. Okay. So this is the first false. So true false true means they will be changed to false false true false. So negation P or Q or negation R. So this is the next combination. So true false false will be changed to false true true. So negation P Q R R. Negation P Q R R. This is the third combination. False true true will be changed to true false false. So P negation Q negation R. So P negation Q negation R. So fourth false is this combination. So we have to focus only on the false one. Okay. Next, false true false means they will be changed to true false true. True false true. So true false true. Okay. All falses will be changed to all truths. Okay. So this is the solution. Now let us see how we can find out the PCNF without using the truth table. So till now we have seen here about the by using the truth table. Now let us see the procedure in order to obtain the PCNF without using the truth table. So here we have 4 steps are there. The first step is if the problem contains conditional or biconditional connectives, then we have to replace them with equivalent formulas which contains OR operator, AND operator and negation operator. Okay. So if the formula contains P conditional Q, then it is replaced with, we know the formula for P implies Q, negation P or Q. Okay. If the formula contains P biconditional Q, then it is replaced with P conditional Q and Q conditional P. Again P conditional Q is replaced with negation PRQ. So likewise we have to perform the replacements. And the second step is, if negation is applied on a part of the problem or entire problem, then we have to apply the De Morgan's law. If you observe here, negation is applied on a part of the problem. If you observe here, negation is applied on the entire problem, then we have to apply the De Morgan's law. We know the formula. Negation of PRQ means negation P and negation Q, whereas negation of P and Q means negation P or negation Q. Okay. And the third step is apply the distributive law in order to obtain the CNF. Okay. So here the first three steps are for obtaining the CNF, consecutive normal form. So first we have to obtain the CNF. For obtaining the CNF, we are following these three steps. Now the last step is if we have any elementary sum which contains tautology, then we have to drop the term. Okay. Let we have a term like this, PR, QR, negation P. So this is elementary sum. Okay. If we have an elementary sum like this, which is producing the tautology. Here if we consider this one, P negation P. So PR negation P means what? True. So that is a tautology. So we have to drop this term. So why we are dropping this term? Why? Because max term means repetition of the variable, repetition of the preposition is not possible. But here this P is repeating one more time. Here we have negation P. So here we are repeating this P one more time. But that is not possible. Max term means repetition is not possible. If you observe here, PQR. So in the max term, a preposition will occur only once. Okay. It doesn't occur more than once. If a statement variable doesn't occur more than once. But here it is occurring more than once. So that's why we have to drop these types of terms. Okay. So what is 4a? An elementary sum which is producing the tautology has been dropped. And the second point is, if any preposition is missing, then we have to add that preposition with the help of the complement law, P and negation P. Okay. If any preposition is missing, then we have to add it by using this law, P and negation P, or Q and negation P, or R and negation P. Depends upon the term which is missing, we have to add this. We have to add this conjunction. And the last point is, if we have if identical max terms appears repeatedly, then we have to write the term only once. Okay. So if we have a max term like this, so PRQRR and PRQRR. Okay. So if we observe here PRQRR, here we have PRQRR. So this max term is repeating twice. In the type of occasion, we have to drop this max term and write the max term only once. Okay. If there are identical max terms, then drop those identical max terms and write only one max term. Okay. So by following these steps, we have to find out the PCNF without using the truth table. So let us see the examples. Two examples are there, and already we solved those two examples, and solution is also available there. Let us solve those two problems without using the truth table. Okay. So P biconditional key. So this is logically equivalent to negation. P biconditional Q means we know the formula. P implies Q and P implies Q and Q implies P. Okay. What is P implies Q? Negation P or Q. And what is Q implies P? Negation Q or P. So let us check whether this solution is in PCNF form or not. What is PCNF? Conjunction of the max term. So this is the conjunction, this is max term, and this is max term, and here we have two prepositions. So in this term we have two prepositions, in this term also we have two prepositions. So this is the solution for the first problem. So already we solved that problem by using the truth table also, negation PRQ and PR negation Q. Okay, we can write this as PR negation Q by using the commutative law. Okay, so the solution is same for the two approaches. Okay. So this is the solution. Now let us solve the second example. So what is the second example? Negation P, arrow R and Q biconditional P. Negation P conditional R and Q biconditional P. So this can be written as, this is in the form of P implies Q. So what is the formula for P implies Q? Negation P R Q. Negation P R Q. So negation of negation P means P. So PRQ means R, and this is in the form of Q biconditional P. P biconditional Q. So this can be written as P implies Q, Q implies P, and P implies Q and Q implies P. So and P implies Q. We know the formula for P biconditional Q. P biconditional Q is nothing but P conditional Q and Q conditional P. So here P means Q, Q means P. So Q arrow P and P arrow Q. So this can be written as PRR, and here we have Q biconditional P. So this can be written as, this is in the form of P implies Q. So negation Q RP R, and this is in the form of P implies Q. So this can be written as negation P RQ. So here for unnecessary confusion, we have eliminated these parentheses. Okay. So if you observe here we have AND operation, here we have AND operation. So this is nothing but an elementary sum. But if you observe here in this term, Q is missing in this term, R is missing in this term, R is missing. So we have to add them. Okay. So how we can add that? Let us see. So this can be written as PRR R false, and this can be written as negation Q RP R false, and this can be written as negation P RQ R false. Why? Because we have a formula P R false. If you perform false operation on the preposition, we will get that preposition only. Why? Because if P is true or false means what? True is nothing but P value. If P is false or false means what? False is nothing but P value. So if you perform RF operation on PRR, we will get PRR only. If you perform R operation on negation QRP, we will get negation QRP only. If you perform R false operation on negation PRQ, we will get negation PRQ only. So the result won't changes if you perform RF operation. PRR R. Here this false. Here which term is missing? Q is missing. So you add that one. Okay. Here this is which operation? Conjunction. Conjunction means what? AND operation. So Q and negation Q. Q1 negation Q. Why? Because we know the result here. The result of P and negation P is always false. Why? Because if P is true and false means what? False. If P is false and true means what? False. Okay. Here we are replacing false with this preposition. Okay. And here in this term which is missing, R is missing. So here we have P and Q. So let us add R. So negation Q RP, and here what is missing? F. What is missing here? I'm sorry. Here what is this one? Here we have R operation. Okay. R. Here what is missing? R is missing. So R and negation R. Okay. So for space constraints, I am eliminating this formula. Okay. Let us close this one. And here what is missing? Here we have P and Q. R is missing. So negation P RQ R. Here R is missing. So let us add that one. So R and negation R. Okay. R and negation R. Okay. Why? Because in this term R is missing. In this term also R is missing. In this term Q is missing. Okay. So if you consider this one, here we have R, here we have AND. Let us consider this as A, this as B, this as C. This is in the form of, here we have R operator. This is in the form of what? Here we have R operator, here we have AND operator. R and different operators, different symbols. We can apply the distributive law. A, R, B and C means what? A, R, B and A, R, C. Here while writing the max terms, write in the proper order. Here P, R, 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 Q. This can be written as P, R, Q, R, R also. Okay. So A, R, B means what? P, R, Q, R, R. So for unnecessary confusions, I am eliminating these parentheses here. A, R, B and A, R, C. So what is A? P, R, R. C means negation Q. So this can be written as P, R, negation Q, R, R. Write in the proper order. Okay. And here this is nothing but A, R symbol and symbol. Let it be B, let it be C. So this is in the form of A, R, B and C. So A, R, B and A, R, C. Write in the order. So here we have P negation Q, R. So P, R, negation Q, R, R. And A, R, C. C means what? Negation R. So P, R, negation Q, R, R. Negation R. Okay. C means negation R. And here A means this one, R and different terms. So BC. So R and different symbols. So we can apply the distributive law. So negation P, RQ, RR and ARC. So negation P, RQ, R, negation R. Now we have to observe any identical max terms are there. If there are any identical max terms, then we have to write only one max term. Okay. If we observe here, P, R, Q, R, R. Is it repeating twice? P, R, Q, R, R. Only one term is there. Next, if we observe P negation Q, R, R. P negation Q, R. P, R negation Q, R, R. P, R negation Q, R, R. So we have to drop this term. Okay. Let us drop this one. Okay. Let us eliminate this one. We have to write only once. Okay. If you observe here we have negation P, Q, R, R. P negation Q, negation R. Okay. So this is the solution. So already if you observe here we have AND operator, and. So this is conjunction. This is max term, max term, max term, max term, max term. Okay. This is in PCNF form only. Now let us check whether the solution is correct or not. Why? Because already we solved this problem by using the truth table. Okay. P, R, Q, R, R. So P, R, Q, R, R. Okay. Next to P, R negation Q, R, R. P, R negation Q, R, R. So this is this term. Next to P, R negation Q, R negation R. So P, R negation Q, R negation R. This one. P, R P, R negation Q, R negation R. P, R negation Q, P, R negation Q, R negation R. This one only. Next, negation P, R, Q, R, R. Negation P, R, Q, R, R. Next, negation P, Q, negation R. So this is nothing but this one. Okay. So with this we can conclude that the solution is same for by using the two approaches. So this is about principal conjunctive normal form. So this is about PCNF, principal conjunctive normal form.